Hi everybody, how are you? This is Babbitt from B&B with In the Meantime Share. So I'm just getting home and just getting settled. I taught 2 classes today. My regular chair yoga, which we had like 18 people today. Wow. And then the restorative class. And both classes were wonderful. And so I want to share what I shared with both classes, which is that Mercury is currently now in retrograde and has been for the last couple of days. So if you have noticed any kind of disruption in your day-to-day life, things like, people getting frustrated quickly, or you're having to deal with confrontations and things of that nature, or your computer just stopped working for no reason with technical difficulties, communication is out of whack with people that you love, care for, whatever, know that it's Mercury, because when Mercury goes retrograde, everything seems to go haywire. And in the world that we're living in these days, we don't need any more haywire in addition to what is going on. So what do you do? First of all, you have to understand and embrace the fact that Mercury is retrograde, okay? Then, if I were you, because I'm going to tell you what I do, and you can take this and throw it out the window, or you can use it to benefit yourself. When Mercury goes retrograde for me, I don't respond to, I don't react to certain people who I know are high-strung or needy, or they want attention for whatever reason. I pull those reins in and I say no, as in N-O, okay? And I focus all of that energy back to me. I give it to myself. And I pay close attention to my needs. What do I need today? What is going to make me feel my strength, my courage, my power? Yeah. And for me, that's solitude. It truly is. I love being with myself. So today, after the classes, and I do this once a month because I teach that restorative once a month. So every month, I take myself out on an artist's date with myself. And it is a fun time because I go to 2 different restaurants that I really love, have a lovely salad, whatever. And I always choose to sit at the bar. Why? Because I could see everyone, see everything. So I get that kind of stimulation. And I also, am to myself for a bit. Because as soon as 5 or 10 minutes passes, it seems like people just come. Last time I went there, I met these 2 lovely women. And we had the best conversations. They came out of nowhere, sat down. One was right next to me, and there were seats everywhere around this bar, and the other one was sitting diagonally across. Today, same thing happens, only this time it's a family, parents and a son. I'm telling you, and they were involving me in this conversation. And it was really fun, and okay, even though I wanted to just continue writing, whatever, I engaged and, very nicely and all of that good stuff, had a few laughs. So whenever, things like this happens when Mercury goes retrograde, I pour into me. I pour directly into me. If someone comes into your energy and they want to they're upset and they're like, I meant, blah, blah, blah. Zip it. Zip it, listen, take a deep breath, and do not engage until you are ready to respond, as opposed to reacting, in a non-graceful way. Let's just say, right? Because it's going to be a waste of time and energy, particularly when Mercury is in retrograde. And Mercury is very powerful, so you may have a lesson to learn. You may not. I don't know, because I don't know who you are. See, I follow the changing of the seasons and the planets and the retrogrades, okay? And so this, to me, is very, very interesting. So I get it. So I was passing this information along to the group. And it was so funny because when I turned on the music, all of a sudden there was a glitch and it went off. And I go, what happened? And Steve, who's a gentleman in my chair yoga, he goes, oh, this is Mercury retrograde, and we all had a good laugh. And I'm sure it was. But if your computer is acting crazy, if your life is not as smooth as it normally is, if your partner is a little edgy or, combative or what have you, this is going to touch every human being. Even those of you who don't believe this and you want to throw it out the window, it will touch your life until July 23rd. And then you're going to feel this release and you're going to feel the pressure leave you, okay? There'll be residuals until probably 2 days later. So let's say like around the 25th, you're going to be clear. But up until then, have more patience. Think before you speak. Watch your tone when you're talking, to someone and it turns in, or you think it's going to go in a confrontational direction. Watch your tone. Have more grace. Increase your patience, which I know is really difficult to do depending on what the situation is or is not. It can be difficult. But just pay attention, okay, to your energy and fill your cup up. You can do a lot of things. Don't start new projects. Tie up loose ends. Declutter. I have a lot of things to declutter, so I'm going to be working on that, right? And I'm going to finish projects that I know are waiting for me to get to it, right? So if you've got things already that you need to finish them. And focus on yourself. Be so kind to you and so good to you that when you get past and beyond this, you are going to feel so much better and so much more powerful. Okay? So that's what I wanted to share. You can take it or leave it. And I wish you all the best through the next few weeks. It's going to go by fast. And it's not a very bad thing, retrograde, unless you make it a bad thing, I think it's a good thing because you can alchemize the energy, flip it, and like I said, finish your projects and, focus more on you, your health, your well-being, meditate more, take yourself out for a fabulous lunch, no matter where it is. It doesn't have to cost a fortune, go get an ice cream cone, do whatever. Be kind to yourself, love on you, okay? And I'll see you next time. And in the meantime, you stay inspired. And remember, Mercury is retrograde. Whatever you do, keep that in the back of your mind so that you don't get into trouble with your energy, all right? And you won't attract that kind of energy either. And even if you do, if it happens, zip it. Listen, take a deep breath. Don't react. Respond with grace and patience. And you're going to be all right. And I'm going to be all right because that's what I'm going to do. All right? Okay. Have a great afternoon. I'm going to lift weights at 5 o'clock and I'm going to enjoy this. Yesterday I went and I did upper body. And tonight, I think we're doing legs tonight. But whatever we do, I'm going to enjoy it because yesterday I felt a little bit rushed because I went to a dance class directly after that. I only had like 30 minutes to do. And I don't like to rush. I like to take breaks in between. Like when I take Ashley's class, which I love too, I always say, when are we going to lay down? Because we get to lay down on the bench and, push, So I want to lay down. But anyway, take care of yourselves, okay? And have a wonderful afternoon. And I'll see you next time on In the Meantime. Bye-bye for now.